All right, I'm going to kick it off with a little recognition here. So I'm going to go into the Boom Fam, pull up the photos. So this might take a little bit to read off the names here for the recognition because I'm pretty sure this was like a Team Boom record for most Success Club points as a team, which means we helped more people this month than any other month before, which is pretty crazy. We helped 716 people commit to a challenge pack and a challenge group. 716 like new people that have never done that before. And we did that like as a team. Isn't that like an enormous number? Is anyone else like blown away by that 716? I was like, wow. Our goal now is 1,000 in a month. So big goals. All right. So these are the coaches that hit Success Club 10 in April. We got Maura Gerard, we got Krista West, we got Celine Bacardi, we got Stephanie Ryan, we got Ralph Schooner, we got Taylor Green, Tia, I gotta learn how to pronounce your last name. Ruba Doy. You're gonna have to text me the pronunciation on that. But you're killing it, Tia. Lately, I've been seeing your name a lot. Shanice White, we got Jacqueline Burkadante, we got Emily Kabaka, we got Kate McGinty, Leah Hall, Anne-Marie Vickers, Kim Roberts, Megan Smiley, Kelly Marks, Nicoletta Sidowitz, Chelsea. Okay, so that's Success Club 10. So now we got 12. Chelsea Holz, Colleen Jones, Michelle Katz, Chris Bachlet, Terry Bachlet, Allie Pendich, and myself. And then with 14 points, we got Melissa Vors, Danielle Hills, Marie Sardelli, and Jenny Fritz. With 16, we got Priscilla Perry, Marilla Hertz, and Laura Basile. With 18, we got Ashley Dyer, Erin Campman, and Beth McDonald. And then with 20, we got Cassandra Schmelzinger, Tiffany Gush, and Carrie Steelman-Schmidt. With 22, we got Brooke Reed. With 26, we got Susanna Bell. Also with 26, we got Amy Rillman and Amy Morgan. With 30, we have Emily Crushore. With 40, we have Caroline Nathan. And with 42, we have Ashley Fell Dyson. Wow, monster numbers. All right, so that is Success Club. And then we got the weak leg team volume. So these are the coaches that had over, is this the right one? It's not it. I can pull it up here. I'm going to read off the coaches that had over 300 team volume points in their weak leg. All right, here it is. Oh, that's not it. Did it not get posted in the Boom Fan? Still trying to figure out the groups. They like changed it on me. Come on, man. Okay, got it. All right, so here's your coaches that had over 300 team volume points on the weak leg. So we got Melissa Hollenbeck, we got Tim Ottaway, we got Ryan Williams, we got Francesca Calhoun, we got Elle Deal, Alyssa DeBee, Mary Beth Darling, Terry Bachlet, Second Business Center, Jennifer Alvarez, Delaney Gleason. Is that right? Nice. Tyler Smith, Joe Wagner, Beth McDonald, Dave Yakel, Craig Schmidt, Beth Ruhlman, Second Business Center. So for you guys that don't know, when you get the 2-star diamond, you get to open a second version of yourself. So anything you do in that Second Business Center counts double. So it's pretty sweet. Once you get to 2-star and you get to open up that second version of yourself, you start to earn twice as much for the same effort. We got Emily Crushore, we got Brittany Dimmick, and we got Caroline Nathan's Second Business Center. Then we got the 500 Club. So we got Margaret Macker, Brooke Reed, Nick Walsh, Lauren Kellum, Kelly Marks, Carrie Stillman Schmidt, Amy Rillman's second business center, Brittany Miller, Pete Rillman, Nicoletta Sidowitz, and Josh Morgan. And then with over 1,000 team volume points in their week leg, we got Shauna Valenta, Joe Policino, Mike Bachlet, which is Barry Bachlet, I believe, Chris Bachlet. We got Danielle Hills, Wade Kephart, Ashley Feld-Dyson, Gage Eckert, Caroline Nathan, Charles Wallace, Marie Sardelli, Stacy Slade, my third business center. Then when you get your second business center to 2-star, you open up a third, and so on and so forth. Lindsay Matway on the national call, I think they said that she has either 4 or 5 business centers that she got the 15-star diamond. So pretty intense. We got Robert Rodriguez, and then at 2,875 team volume points in the week leg, we got Terry Bachlet. And then with over 3,000 team volume points in the week leg, we got Alyssa Sardelli and Amy Morgan. With over 5,000, we got Michelle Phillips, Amy Rillman, my second business center, Andrea Wallace. And with over 10,000, we got Beth Rillman and myself. All right. That's some serious recognition. So a couple little announcements here. Pull this up. So we have the Success Club prize this month is a John Maxwell book, I believe. Is that right? Is it a book or something else? Marie, you know?
It's the backpack, right?
It's a John Maxwell backpack?
No, I thought we got the Beachbody backpack for hitting Success Club. No, that was last month. Sorry.
That was for April. What's the prize if you hit it in May?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's a John Maxwell something. I think it's a book. Another announcement is that the All Access Challenge Pack is extended at that new price of $160. I think it's extended through August 31st. So we got May, June, July, August. We got 4 more months of that Beachbody On Demand All Access Challenge Pack on sale. So for those that have been under a rock or something, the All Access Challenge Pack, you get access to every single workout program Beachbody's ever created, all online for a year. You get a month of Shakeology, and you get the containers. So, you know, that's what we're trying to plug people into. You know, when we're trying to help people live a healthier lifestyle, we're plugging them into Beachbody On Demand, plugging them into Shakeology, we're plugging them into the containers, and then we're plugging them into an accountability group. Like if you give somebody all of those things, they're going to succeed if they want to. They have everything they need. They got the fitness, they got the nutrition, they got the support. And if you guys are doing challenge groups and you guys are sharing some personal development in there, then they're getting some mindset stuff too, along with that support and accountability. So $160 for all that, and you get it for the next 4 months. That's on sale for. Pretty crazy stuff. You know, when you're talking to people about that challenge pack, make sure that they know that they're not just buying just the challenge pack. I mean, that's an unbelievable deal. The workout, every single workout, a month of Shakeology, the containers for $160, crazy deal. But if they know that they're getting you as well to kind of hold them accountable and help them remember why their goals are so important to them, then they're paying for a lot more than just a challenge pack. That's one of the coolest things about what we do. So I don't know if there's any other announcements. That's the big one, I think, that the sale is extended. Summit is coming up in like 2 months, like literally 2 months until Summit. Biggest event of the year. It's probably the biggest game changer of the year for the coaches that go versus the ones that don't. Like the growth in the business of the ones that go versus the ones that don't. They have stats on it. I think it's like 400% different. So if you want to grow your business 400 times more than you would, then whatever you got to do to get to Summit. If it costs money, it costs money. But if you get there and you implement the things you learn, you're going to make all your money back times 10. So, all right. I can't believe that's 2 months away. That's all I got for that. So we had the Success Club trip that what we do every year. So it's usually like March or April. It's either an all-inclusive resort or a cruise. Next year, it's going to be in the Rio something Del Mar, is that what it's called? It's near Cancun in Mexico at the all-inclusive resort in Hard Rock, 2018. This year, it was in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, at the all-inclusive resort at the Hard Rock. I think there was like 3,000 coaches for the week that we were there, and then there's 3,000 the week after. Hard Rock Riviera Maya in Mexico. It's like an hour from Cancun, I think. Thanks, Nikki, for that. So I think there was like 40 or 50 coaches from Team Boom there. I see some of them on here now. So I'm just going to have these guys just share a little bit, like what their, top takeaway was from the event. Maybe it was someone they talked to, or maybe someone on Team Boom, someone not on Team Boom, or just something they thought of on their own, just kind of an aha moment. But let's see who we got here. Who wants to go first? I see Delaney on here. We got Marie. Marie, raise your hand. Marie, you want to go?
Yeah, I can go first because my kids are going wild and want to go on a bike ride. So in a little bit. So,
nice.
Well, first of all, I just want to say that it was absolutely amazing to go to this. Last year was my first one, and I didn't really know what I was getting into with the first one. So I just kind of went through it. But this year, I think it was the most amazing trip really that I've ever been on, and was able to bring my husband. And we would never really get to do something like that. Of course, we have little kids, and, paying off bills and stuff, especially at our age. Going on a trip like that is just something that most people would probably go in their late 50s. So to be able to do something like that, and mine was completely paid for, was absolutely amazing. One of the things when we were it's kind of like an aha moment that Chris Downing being in his workout, and I don't know, those of you that were there, I mean, I pretty much stayed up till like 2:30 in the morning, and I was up at like 6. So I did everything that you could do. And that was kind of crazy too. So I came back super exhausted, but being in his workout, at first I didn't really know what to expect. I was kind of like, oh, is this going to be good? Is it not going to be good? And it was absolutely amazing. And the way that he motivated and the things that he said, one of the things that he said that was kind of a game changer, not game changer, but an aha moment, was, and he said, you can't walk through life with your head down. And you want some water? Hold on. Kind of busy. He's like, you can't walk through life with your head down. And you can't walk through life with your head. If your head's down, you can't see your gift. And I think that, like, before I came a coach, like, I was kind of going through the motions, just kind of, my head was half down and it was half up. And then, like, having your head up is kind of an aha moment, like seeing my gift, being able to, I'm a teacher and I officially retired June 1st. So I think my gift is teaching, but to be able to have my gift to empower and help others is like super amazing. So that was really cool. And of course the foam party changed my life. Never been to one of those. That was really cool, being at a foam party, 38-year-old mom, like, in the middle of the foam, but then you see other moms and, like, a random kid going by. So that was awesome. The foam party definitely changed my life. And I don't know, it was just awesome. Like, I came back and four people as of like 10 minutes ago, I got another coach signed up, and to be able to take those journey with people, them going to live events. I always say it kind of gives you street credibility. Going to Summit or Super Saturday or these events. I mean, people that, like, literally had sent back a challenge pack were like, okay, like, this is awesome. How do I be a part of it? I want to go on trips. This is really cool. And just tell me what to do. And I was like, really? Like, wow. Like, that was cool. So I don't know. I just get really excited about it. It was just all awesome.
So you're officially retiring from teaching?
Yeah, I was actually going to retire this past year. I had to finish my contract. I had to go 6 more months. They were going to keep my state retirement after like 13 years in. So I had to play school for a couple hours still in the morning, about 3 hours in the morning, and then I leave at 11. And June 1st, I'm completely done. I gave away all my stuff in my classroom today. Like, people, I guess when you give away stuff, it's like a sign of, a cry for help. But I was like, dude, I'm done. Like, you could take it. Like, I gave away my staplers. I don't want it. You guys take it. I'm done, And I felt so good because people are like, I don't know how you do it. And I read this other quote that said, yeah, I do it because my hustle is my escape plan, and I'm done. And it feels good, you know?
Yeah. Now you're going to be going to foam parties full time.
Yeah, they're like, well, what are you going to do when you get out? You're going to be so bored. And I'm like, shoot, I'm in the foam. Like, I'm changing lives. We're going to Summit. Like, you guys can have my stapler. I'm out. I mean, no offense to, like, you know, education, but 20 more years in that room, I'm done. I'm so excited.
So cool.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that head up quote.
Yeah.
I'm pumped that Chris is going to be kind of joining the Beachbody family. He's not only like his workouts kick ass, but I think he's just one of the most humble dudes with like a big heart, you know?
Yeah, and when he said that, like, you can't see your gift, like, put your head up. And then, I know I'm talking too much, but there was this other part where he said, you know, you got to work to get to the stage. He's like, everybody, I don't know if you guys were all in there, but everybody had to move back. He's like, I'm on the stage and I worked to get here. He's like, keep going, keep fighting. And then, you know, I always have these stories in my mind, but it kind of made me think about working your way to, like, the stage at Summit. Like once you think that you're just, it's going to fall apart and everyone's going to say no and it's not going to happen, like, you can go a little bit more. Like, you can push a little bit harder. And it kind of resonated me with that because I thought I was going to pass out. I mean, it was hard, but I went a little bit harder and it brought me to a place where I knew I could do more than I thought I could.
Right.
So that's cool.
Love it. Love it. Thanks, Marie. All right, who's next?
I'll get you some water.
I'll go.
All right, go ahead,
Okay. Okay, so this was my first Success Club trip, and I was super fortunate to go because Danielle Hills is my coach, and her fiance couldn't go, so I kind of like slid right in there. So that was really awesome because I actually signed up as a coach right after Danielle got back from Summit last year, and I just had so much FOMO. I was like, I don't know what she's doing, but I want to be a part of it. I want to do this. And so I was really excited because those live events, they totally get me. That's who I am. That's what I love and embody and everything. So that was really great. So I loved being a part of it. I was, you know, there at the parties late at night, at every single double workout. Like, it was really amazing. But I think the biggest thing, my biggest takeaway was, you know, that aha moment that everyone talks about. I kept thinking, why not me, you know? And people talk about when they have that moment. And I think it was 100% when I was at the elite party as a plus one. But I just saw these people around me, and I idolized them on Facebook and all this stuff. And I just saw them, and they were just normal people, normal coaches that were just doing what I was doing, but like 10x, you know? They were doing the exact same things, just a shit ton more of it. And I was just kind of like, I can so do this. Like, it was normalized because I think it's different hearing it versus seeing it. Because I hear it all the time. I hear it on calls. I hear it on that. But actually being put in that environment and seeing these down-to-earth coaches, I was just like, got this, you know? And I was talking to Wendy Spencer a lot, and I was really excited, adopted Team Boom coach. And I was really excited because, you know, I even asked for her to be in that Dash to Diamond training. And because, you know, she's kind of, I relate to her, former athlete, all this stuff. So I was talking to her a lot, and she said something at that dinner, and she was like, there's this quote that she reads every day, and it's, work until your idols become your rivals. And I love that because she goes, these aren't my idols anymore. These are my peers when we're at the elite party. And I was just like, hell yeah, you know? Why? Like, yes, idolize them, learn from them, but like, that can be you. So I was just on this trip, and I think I probably might have been one of the youngest people there, but I was just like, I was like seeing my future self everywhere, you know, like being able to take like a future husband and kids to a trip like this. And it just didn't, the gap of a top 10, you know, whatever, top 200 coach went from like this big to like this big. I was like, all right, you know what to do. I see it. These are normal ass people. I can do this too. So I think that was definitely like my biggest takeaway, the why not me.
Boom. Yeah, I'm pumped now. All right, end the call. Let's go work. What was that quote again?
It was, work until your idols become your rivals.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that's like a big aha moment in a lot of coaches' businesses when they all of a sudden they get around these people that they idolize and they realize that they don't have to idolize them anymore. They can respect them, but they can be doing just as much as they are, you know, or more. And that happens a lot of times in person when you meet them face to face at these events, you know. Game changer. I remember that happened to me with a bunch of coaches that I had up on this pedestal, and all of a sudden I took them down and started running right alongside them, and then all of a sudden like went past them. So, and you got a head start on us too. I mean, how old are you now? 23. Killer. Awesome. Thanks, D. All right, who's next? I see a bunch. Raise your hand. Nikki, you want to go?
Sure.
All right, I just unmuted. There you go.
Hey guys, so I'm coming on here to kind of share a perspective of being one of the only two boomers to go with their family, as in like with their kids, aka this guy. As you can see, he's always around. So that's actually one of the things.
He sat through the whole 3 hours of the Carl Deichler and the top 10 panel and Isabel and Autumn and Chris.
You heard all those people, right?
He was like dialed in too.
Top takeaway, man. Top takeaway, go.
So anyway, as the mom and as somebody who's kind of wait, what? Can you hear? Okay.
Yeah,
can you guys hear me okay?
There was an echo for a second, but I think you're good.
All right, so one of the only people, Tara was the other one who kind of like went with their small child. I'm sure just like many of you, just like some of the people were sharing that you might have watched your coach before, go on trips or go to events and stuff. Obviously, that's one of the things that attracted me too. I like to travel. I like to go places and do things. But obviously when you kind of like become a parent and you start this family and you've got all these responsibilities, that kind of like changes. It's like a big game changer. So, knowing that I have these opportunities to have something solid on my schedule every 3 to 4 months with Super Saturday or with Summit or with now, Earning Success Club trips, this was my first one, was really awesome. It was something that, it's something I could provide for my family. I can do for my family still, with the time freedom and financial freedoms that come along with all of this. Even obviously it starts out small and it grows and grows and grows. So it was really cool to be able to provide that for my family and to have this experience. We did get to have an awesome balance, I feel, of team time and of family time. So I thought that was really cool. In the past I'd only been to like Summit where it's back to back to back, a lot of things. And, again, I brought our son both times we went to Summit. So this was really like, wait a minute, I'm sorry. We're on this all-inclusive resort and you're telling me I don't have to be anywhere. We can just like enjoy each other. Like, from the daily grind, and you families or you parents, like, or if you're in school or you're working for a degree, you're working up a ladder, like whatever you're doing, like it's a ladder. Yeah. It's rough. So, to sit there and be rewarded from a company. So I was loyal to a company. I worked in healthcare for 12 years and we got like a mug. It was like this really cool mug we got like during the holidays.
A mug?
A mug. And it had like this like nice lineup of the mugs. It was a company mug. And then like 5 years, before I left them, they stopped even giving the darn mug. And it was something I was so excited about, this mug, like really nerdy about it. But anyway, so now like to be like legit, like on this crazy wicked, like all inclusive vacation, I'm like, well, now there's a way. Just how they treated you, like when you got there, all the stops that you guys will see at Summit if you haven't already, the banners, the welcome, the positivity, the energy, the atmosphere. Like we don't go around like that every day, like on the street or at the grocery store, people like legit excited and happy and welcoming. So that's definitely an awesome like break during the day. Regarding the seminars and stuff, I really enjoyed the 3-hour panel personally. I like the science behind it. Like I said, I worked in healthcare. So all the stuff that Isabel and Carl were sharing regarding Shakeology and the process of it, and always like the formulation behind how programs come together when, Chris was talking or Autumn talking, the integrity of the company and how they do that is something I always really, really appreciate. So after healthcare, I did go to teaching, and it was really crazy because the week of Punta Cana was where we are like state testing. And a lot of you guys, you may or may not know if you have kids or you're in the industry, there's always state testing, and state testing like you have to be a certified teacher there. You cannot take off. You can be sick as a dog, blowing your nose, fever. Like you need to be there. And I've been there and I've done that. And I saw my, past teacher friends, unfortunately, posting about how sick they are, like physically sick, and they have to go to work. And our biggest, thing was like, oh, which suitcases are we going to bring on our all-inclusive trip? So my husband, who's also a professional, he works his very demanding job. I'm just like, so a lot of epiphanies kind of through this whole thing. Like, what if we didn't make this choice? What if we didn't make this change? Because, we're both pretty, well, I'm more type A than he is, but I don't, take any risks or anything like that.
No way.
What's up?
I said, you're type A? No way.
No way. So to kind of take this leap to do this, career and to be an entrepreneur and be worried about now flying, as here's the airplane, to, book our tickets to New Orleans in just 2 months to go to Summit. This is JetBlue, in case you want to know. But yeah, it's just been such a positive thing for our family. So again, highly, you gotta get to and bring your families. I've always seen, top coaches at these events walking, with babies and slings and things like that. So that might not be important to you now. A lot of our team is kind of young, and you might not have a family that you're trying to figure out, but just know that it is a really, really special thing, just like Marie was mentioning before, to get away with her husband. And maybe that's something we'll be able to do next year, where it is just for my husband and I. We haven't been alone on a trip in 7, 8, I don't even know how many years, Right. So it was really awesome. So yeah.
Love it.
The next one.
You should definitely do a post about the mug. I think that's a great thing to post about, how you were so excited about the mug, and now, this is, instead of a mug, you got, what was it, like 4 nights paid for?
Yeah, it was awesome.
I think that's something we do kind of take for granted too, like just the amount of time, the time we get to kind of hang out together, being surrounded by a bunch of really like positive people that enjoy helping each other and helping other people. I think it's kind of rare, and it's something that I think a lot of people overlook when they're looking at, should I become a coach? They're looking at, how are the products? How's the business opportunity? But I think they overlook the impact being surrounded by all these people has on you. It's pretty amazing, actually. All right.
I have to comment one more thing about the foam parties I see in the chat here now. So yeah, you like to have fun, you're in high school, you're in middle school, high school, you're in college, and you actually have like a life, and then adulthood hits. So I think it's fascinating how it takes coaching for me to ever get out, to go out or to be at an event or to be in a foam party, or my first Super Saturday was Black Lights. My thing. So that.
I think you just broke up. I got black lights and foam parties and then just went up. But no, I get it. I used to be a CPA. I used to be an accountant. I used to wear a suit to work and had to kind of go through the motions. So now I'm doing this full time for the last 3.5 years. I think I sometimes take it for granted, and I have to remember, what it felt like to not be a full-time coach, what it felt like to not be as excited about what I do now, to just kind of be going through the motions. So I got you. Good stuff, Nikki. All right. Who wants to go next?
I'll go.
Emily. There you are.
Here I am. You recognized my voice that quickly?
Hi.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Pat.
Hey.
So I think lots of takeaways, but one thing that was cool is I've been coaching for a little while now, I could have gone like a couple of years ago with family members on these trips, but I never wanted to go unless I earned it. So there was like a level of deserve attached to going to this trip for me. So even though I didn't earn it completely, I still felt, and especially once being there, that I did deserve to be there, and I've really been working my business. So kind of getting over that reflective component for myself, I was able to, I think, go the next step up in it's fun to learn all the different aspects of yourself when you're in this business, all the different levels that come when you're growing in the business that happen within yourself and in your business. But being there on that trip, just the mindset shift of how you deserve to live all the time in all aspects of your life.
All the time.
I'm already pretty fortunate enough to be able to do a lot of the things that we do as a family anyway, but then to have this other added piece where you're earning trips for free and you're able to go, even I would have loved obviously to have my husband there with me, but just to even be able to be there by myself and to be meeting new people and really enjoying it for myself and learning for myself and my business was pretty awesome. And then besides the foam party that, like Andrea said, will change your life, it's really fun. I've never had any spring break experience, and so I feel like I got to go back 15 years and do it. And it was more fun now than if I had been there then. Luce, let's come away from the road, please, this way.
It's amazing what foam will do.
Andrea said it'll change your life. It was really fun.
Pretty cool. It was
awesome.
Been to one.
No. And I kept thinking of all the grossness that was in there. But besides that, obviously, it's the small conversations that you get, little snippets with different people, sitting in different pools, or if you're lucky enough to hang out with Beth Reelman for extended periods of time, learning tons about volume and team placement and to the moon, going to the moon.
Having fun all the time.
Yep. So I would say definitely get there. I learned a lot from Wendy, some new ideas about just posting and Instagram. And so it was great. I loved it. I had a blast, and I just love, like Nicoletta said, being able to plan for these. It's like a non-negotiable now, unless I'm pregnant again. But
you said you're pregnant?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But if I was, then I would not be going to that.
You could still come.
Life happens, but there's things that try and build around. And Success Club would be one of those.
Love it. I saw the video that Taylor posted of you where you were laying on the beach and you were talking about expectations that you had for like what kind of life you and your family were going to have, just kind of like 10x the trips you can take your family on and things like that. But Emily, that was great. Tell Luce I said hi. I think she's ready to get off the phone.
Yeah, that's Lena.
Oh, it's Lena. Right.
Lucy's just wandering. All right, we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, a week and a half, I think, or so. Something like
that.
Yeah, awesome. All right, thanks, Em. All right, who's next? You can raise your hand. I'll unmute you. Who wants to go? I see Lindsay Skiff on here. Interesting. And Chris, who wants to go? Lindsay or Chris? Who's first?
I'll go.
All right.
So I actually got into Beachbody for the events in the beginning. I literally pretended I wanted to do coaching so that Pat would take me on the cruises. And it was awesome. I was having the time of my life, partying up at these Beachbody events and having a blast. And then that's actually when I forget who made the point where Pat was like, oh, that person's a six-figure earner. That person's a six-figure earner. And having conversations with them and just kind of looking around and being like, wow, this person is very real, has issues of their own, and yet is still, able to create this success. And that was kind of eye-opening. I think it took around year one of the cruise, I was just there to party. And I didn't want to have to deal with any of it. But year two, all of a sudden, things started clicking.
I think it was partly because I said I wasn't going to bring you anymore.
Yeah, so I was always Pat's like plus one, and he always eventually he started having rules, and like I'd have to sleep on like the floor and all this, and so he told me
anything
he wasn't going to bring me to any more trips, and I had to earn it on my own. And then I was like, dude, just this once, like I registered wrong for this Punta Cana trip. So I was like 13,000 on the wait list. And I was like, wow, damn, like, dude, you got to bring me one this last time. And then I actually, more reason to hit Success Club. So I was like literally 13,000 on the wait list. And I didn't think I was going to be able to come, but I kept hitting Success Club 10 every single month. And so as people fell off, because that's one thing that they're doing now, is because there's so many people that want to go these trips that they don't just let, everybody, you got to earn it. If you keep hitting Success Club 10, it put me up higher, and it dropped people down that weren't hitting it. So that was more reason for me to hit Success Club. And then I actually got off the wait list, and it was a celebration. I earned my free trip. We celebrated because I didn't have to sleep in Pat's room anymore. And I felt like it was a growing experience for me. Before I became a man, I think. But these trips are a blast. They're a ton of fun. I like them because you get to know the team, Team Boom. And we're just like representing strong and stronger at these trips. And it's fun just to get to know each other. We see each other's faces all the time and see each other on Facebook, but to really get to know the person is special. And then as you go these trips more and more, you get to meet other people of other teams, and you start building other friendships. And these people are people that, like everyone, like Wendy, people talk about, or even people in, random teams that we're meeting, and, you can, then relate with. And if you ever need help with coaching or whatever, it's just everyone's it's building relationships. I mean, that's what this business is. So it's pretty cool experience. And so that's kind of what I love about it. The foam party was amazing. I think I might have gotten something from it. My eyes are like twitching out, completely red. So it was life-changing, not sure in a positive way. But these things, the trips are amazing. I highly recommend everyone who speaks. We have a blast with them. It's a true bringing a family together and getting to know one another. And so you guys gotta get more people at the next one. Keep building and building.
It's a family. I love it, man. Welcome to manhood. Welcome. You made it. I see my dad on here. Did you want to share, Dad? I think you're here. Let me unmute you here.
Can you see me?
Where are you now? Traveling the world?
I'm in Williamsburg, Virginia.
Williamsburg.
We are in Williamsburg, Virginia, actually.
Nice.
So okay.
How many Success Club trips have you been on here?
Since 2011.
Since 2011.
So what is this? How's this rank? In this
it was probably one of my most successful high kick Success Clubs.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. They just get better with age.
I actually got more workouts in the evenings than I did. I couldn't even make it to the workouts in the morning. I remember one of the top coaches saw me at one of the workouts walking by, and she said, "How come you're not working out?" And I said, "If you were with me last night dancing for 3 hours straight, literally, you'd know why I wasn't at the workout."
Oh man!
But I mean, there's just so many nice people. I mean, I guess the biggest thing for me with the Beachbody events is, I mean, I'm like the senior guy here, but as far as the Team Boom goes, but I mean, just the people you meet, not just from Team Boom, but the people in general that are in the coaching network. I mean, they're the nicest people you're ever going to meet, and that to me is like why I like it so much. I mean, just the helping the people and dabbling in it like I do as a coach. I mean, I love all that, but just the people you meet. And I think a couple things. I listened to the top coaches talk, and they had their top tips. I think it was Melanie Mitro said, you got to figure out what you want out of coaching. I loved her comment. You got to figure out what you want out of coaching. Do you want to build a business? Do you want it to be a discount? Do you want to be a hobby coach? I mean, if that's what you want as a coach, that's awesome. If you want to build a business, that's awesome too. Because there's so many, that's the best thing about Beachbody in my mind is there's so many levels you could be at it. Like me, I just like helping the team. You know, I get a kick out of like setting up events and, you know, doing the high kicks and helping people with their rooms and stuff like that. And, you know, the discount is awesome. And, you know, and helping people and having fun with it, you know, because there are times when you're going to be frustrated, and it's going to be like that with any kind of a company like this. There's going to be the peaks and valleys, ups and downs, but you just got to keep plugging. But the people you meet, you know, is just priceless. I think there was another top coach that was like, you know, why are you in this business? Because they started talking about how the wine business and what it did to a lot of the, you know, some of the coaches. Carl Deichler was, you know, pretty heavy on that. And the one coach says, I'm in this business because, I mean, I'm in a business that's got great products and I'm helping people, you know. So no matter what, at the end of the day, you know, that's how I look at the coaching. And, you know, they're always coming up with some new stuff, and Beachbody's, you know, it's just going to be here. It's going to be here for a long time.
You're saying that the engineers you used to work with, they weren't as fun?
They weren't as good a shape, I can tell you that. No, they were fun. It was just, there's a lot of bitching. In my career, I'd go to work and I'd hear a lot of complaining all day long. And I'm like, guys, why are you complaining all the time? And it's just constant. It was part of the work atmosphere that, you know, you had to do.
Mine too, actually. It was like part of being at work was complaining about being at work.
Right. It was about complaining about
being at work. If you like actually liked what you're doing, like you were weird.
I mean, I liked the job, but there's always the, you know, dealing with the bureaucracy and dealing with your bosses and your employees. And there's always just, you know, just more positive atmosphere. I always like found myself at the end of my career, I was ready to go, was finding myself always wanting to go to Beachbody. I wanted to go on and do the Beachbody work. It was just more, and it was more fun to me. And it was more, you know, I'd done that for a long time, but, you know, it's just, I mean, just the people in general. You're not going to be a successful Beachbody coach unless you're a nice person, basically.
Yeah. You tend to get weeded out.
Yeah. So that was, I mean, it's just fun. It's a great atmosphere. You got to get to events, though.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't get to events and get refired up and refueled, you know, and get reignited, you know, that's why, you know, some companies have them like every 3 months. You know, they might have them 3 times a year. So,
yeah,
that's it.
Hey, we're gonna do. You know, we got Summit coming up that everyone can go to. There's no wait list for that. You can go to that. And then we're all going to go to the GoPro event November 16th through the 18th. That's going to be in Vegas. So those are 2 chances right there to get to 2 events, you know, the second half of the year. It's almost.
And I did get, even though it was unofficial, because Chris set the MVP award up, but it was awarded by the Canadians, and Pat set it up. I'm sorry.
What? No. I'm curious. Who got the MVP?
Well, according to the 2 Canadians, I got it. But
really? Whoa!
Canadians.
Excuse me, Chris.
Buddy.
Wait, Chris.
Yeah, you got MVP.
Chris whispered something else.
Yeah, you got MVP.
I think
out later than anybody.
No, but based on my age, I got it. So the age bracket.
They can't take that from Chris.
Oh, Chris, I mean, you definitely get it for the late hours.
Chris did not get MVP, but I think what he's saying is he gets to
yeah, it's his.
Oh, he gets well, he wasn't out the couple nights past us. So.
Yeah, but it's his thing.
Hey, it's all good.
It's
all good.
Good stuff.
Pat, can I do 2 more quick things that came to mind?
Of course.
All right. So one of the other things that really struck me, back to like the products and the programs and like these people that change your lives, you know, that because a lot of us come into this doing the programs. So one of my big aha takeaways was seeing, I don't know if you guys know who she, I'm sure you know, Tanya, the modifier from T25. So T25 was my first Beachbody program, and that's the first one that made me overcome some of my personal obstacles in regards to being a C-section mom that was like an emergency, complications for months after, blah, blah. I didn't think I would sit up, let alone work out again. But knowing that was that person's situation in that particular program, and that program telling me, okay, well, she could do it. Look at her now. These were her before pictures. But anyway, on the actual trip, just seeing her with her family, so not only her, but some of these other people, you got to understand a lot of these coaches are actually in the videos, that are not a lot of them, but I guess some of them are actually in the videos. So you never know who you're connecting with when you're doing the workouts at home. And even in Summit, I remember like the Pio guy with the bald head or whatever, like last year at Summit, the guy who's like, I think on the cover, I was like, oh my God, I think that's the Pio guy. And you see this like statue, like muscular statue in person. So you get to see these people that you're connecting with on a daily basis. So whether or not you take that opportunity to get a photo op, I didn't. I'm like, I'm not, my husband's like, oh, do you want to take a picture? I'm like, I don't want to interrupt their trip. But it was really cool to kind of, again, knock them off that totem pole and see them as these normal people, not necessarily these business machines and or physical machines. So that was one big thing I think is cool from events in general, is just seeing these people that you're actually connecting with in the actual videos. The other thing I didn't mention before that was really, really cool is we talk about, when we build our team, we talk about connecting with like-minded people. We talk about find your tribe. We talk about find people that you want to vacation with. And when you're learning this stuff in trainings, especially as a new coach, it sounds super far-fetched. You're like, what the hell are you talking about? But on this particular trip, one of my personally sponsored coaches was there with her husband and her baby, like I mentioned before as well. And it's just someone who I happen to know before Beachbody, but it's a friend. So now I just, even last night, I had a completely different conversation with one of my other downline coaches, just kind of like, in the start of her business. And I'm, she has these group of people, but she's scared to invite. So we're really, kind of not at Success Club trip level, but I'm just like, hey, well, what if you invited, and what if you already have this relationship with these people? What if you legit got to go on a vacation with them? Because I just did with someone I love. And I think that's just really cool. So it really kind of put it to perspective. So it's one thing to feel so fulfilled and excited for your own self, but to see your own coaches have that same success, like it's not, you finally get in your head like, oh, it's not just for them, it's for me too. But it's not just for me. It really is for my friends or obviously the Reelman family. It is for your family too. So that was really special for me to kind of see like glimmers in the eyes of my coach and her family and her husband and what they were doing too. So I was really, really happy to be happy for someone else, like not me or myself or my business, just someone else too. So I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that too. So 2 more things I thought were kind of important.
No, that's great. It's really cool to like have that realization yourself. Like Delaney was talking about with the realization she had. Like I remember having that myself. Like obviously that was really cool, but to be on here and like hear some of you guys like saying that you're having that now, like that's even cooler to hear, someone else starting to realize that, and you can see it and hear it in their voice. They're going to crush it now. So I'm sure that you got that feeling seeing like Tara at her first event. It was pretty cool. Wait till you see her walk across stage at Summit. That's even cooler.
Oh, is Tara on now?
I don't think Tara's on right now.
No, she's looking at us. I don't know what you're talking about her.
Oh, Nikki, well, Tara, we were in the airport when they were leaving. And she had passed up next year's Success Club trip because I don't think she'll care if I share this, but Seth had kind of said, let's not make all our vacations be Beachbody. So they compromised to every other Success Club trip.
Yeah.
And so she passed up. She thinks she might have passed up next year's. And then they're at the airport and he was like, he had so much fun. He wants to go next year.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was kind of cool.
We had the text the next day, kind of like, so can I still sign up? I'm like, girlfriend, yeah, what I just said.
Yeah.
And we got to experience it. We got to know what we're doing. I mean, I earned last year's Success Club trip and I didn't register either, like an idiot, and I was kicking myself in the ass for 10 months. So, we can, so now they've all experienced it and I think she is signing up, but we'll see.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think that's good too for the husbands too. I think that like my husband was really not into it and he was super quiet the past 2 years, and this year he's like making friends, he's talking to the guys, and it's good for them to see what we're talking about and then they can live it and then believe in it, and then so definitely get them. Did you notice that, Nicoletta, that they're like really like the husband's hanging out more, that they really enjoy it more and that they're more apt to be supportive of what's going on. So that was really cool because, I mean, my husband just committed to like a program. He's like all in, like marking his containers, super excited. Book.
Hey Pat, how many like spouses do you think we had that aren't working the business there? I mean, we had quite a few this.
Yeah, there was a good amount of spouses. I had
I need to do a call with Carrie's husband now to teach him what volume's all about.
Yeah. Carrie Stillman Schmidt, her husband Craig.
Yeah.
With a K.
Yeah.
He was like, came up to me at the pool one time and he was like, he's like, this million club thing. He's like, what is that really? He's like, you didn't make $1 million. Like, what is the million thing? Like, I don't get it. What is it? I was like, no, like $1 million. Made $1 million. He was like, but no, like, you didn't get $1 million, like, put in your bank account. Like, you sold $1 million. Or, like, what is this? I was like, no, like, honestly, direct deposit $1 million in the bank account since I started as a coach. He was like, mind was blown. He's like, you can make that much money with this business? I was like, yeah, if you work it long enough, you can.
He should probably check his weak leg because it's doing pretty good.
So, and you know, I'm sure he's probably not even on Facebook looking at that stuff, and maybe Carrie like told him that, but he needed to like hear it from me, I think, for because you could see it in his eyes, like it was real. So I think getting spouses to events is huge because now you might not give her as much crap for like spending time working on it. You know, not that he was, but.
Yeah, Mike, Pat, one last quick. My coach, same thing, Melissa Virgil, her husband, John, wants to come to events more than she does.
Now,
I mean, he's like, we'll see what happens, but he's like, after listening to Isabel Deichler and talk about Shakeology with her husband, I really think I'm going to start doing this business because that was really good.
Yeah.
You know, they want to go to Las Vegas, and he wants to go more than her. You know, she wants to go too. Don't get me wrong. She wants to go, but just having that's big. Having the husband.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's it.
Yep, it's real. First event I went to, I was a coach, but I wasn't really doing the business. I just kind of went because my buddies were going, and I wanted to see what it was kind of all about. And I'm sure that's what a lot of the spouses are doing. You know. Cool. Actually, speaking of Isabel Deichler, I messaged her on Facebook, and she got right back to me, and she's going to do a team call for us. So that'll be cool. She's going to talk about mindfulness and self-love and authenticity and Shakeology and how that plays into all of that. So it'll be pretty cool.
Pat, you should message Autumn. Remember in her little speech, she said she loves to get on team calls.
Yeah. I actually should do that right after this call. I should send her a message. I'd love to have her on there. All right. Who's next? Anyone else that hasn't gone yet? That wants to share?
Lindsay.
Lindsay. I wasn't going to point her out. But.
She's a new coach.
So Lindsay, I don't think she's signed up as a coach, but was more just kind of like Chris signed her up to kind of help him hit a rank or do something, right? So she's not actually like a coach. So I think she's kind of been watching Chris do this business from the side for a little bit, trying to figure out what it was. So she probably thinks we're crazier than she thought we were before. But who knows?
It's also our first Zoom call, so no pressure.
Lindsay.
Unmute yourself.
Lindsay, what did you think? Did you have fun?
Yeah, no, you guys sure know how to have a good time. But I mean, it definitely opened my eyes to the business a ton and just meeting all these successful people. And honestly, what you guys were all saying about relationships, I mean, I now definitely can say I have a ton of new friends. Like I saw Delaney's on here, and I'm not really sure who else is on here. I don't really know how to work the app, but if I know you, hi. And if I don't, hi. But yeah, so I think I told Chris earlier today I'm going to give it a go.
Oh.
Wow. Cool. My mom's clapping. I don't know if you can see her.
Yeah, I can see. I got to get through finals and graduation, and then we'll pick it up.
Nice. I'm sure that you can have Delaney as a success partner. She'll be all about it. Cool. I love it. I love when people come that have no idea what it is, and then they're like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. I like this.
Wow.
So
Lindsay's been like running my business for me, or like helping me run my business, and like
running it for you or helping?
Not running it for me. She's got some great ideas. By the way, one of our ideas, and we just did it, and it like for your challenge groups, we did a Zoom call before we started our challenge. I don't know if you guys already do that, but like it like just to hear what everyone's like the programs that they've done in the past, what they're starting, what their goals are. It made like it very real and very cool. So now like all of a sudden people were connecting in different ways, and now like our group has started, and the challenge like our challenge group is so active because and with comments. We do it through the Challenge Tracker app, and everyone will post, and like people are just commenting on someone's photo because now they've connected with that person. So there's definitely more. It's fun. People are really connecting, and there's tons of energy. So kudos to Lindsay already coming up with great ideas. I recommend that for sure if you're not doing that already.
Lindsay's never even been on a Zoom call, but she actually thought of that idea, the Zoom call. Interesting. So would you guys do it like it's your challenge group started Monday and you did a Zoom call with everyone in your challenge group? We did it.
They're
not coaches, right? They're not coaches, maybe, but
so there are coaches in my group. I have some of my coaches in my group, but it's really just challengers. And so we set it up on Sunday, and our whole idea behind it is that we wanted to try to incorporate another Zoom call where everyone works out together. We'll see how we can figure that out. And the last one we want to do is a Zoom call where everyone shares the results, right? Because just like how this trip went, people, when they have fun or excited and passionate, like everyone wants to talk, right? If people are, getting results and everything, they're going to want to be on that Zoom call, right? Or, that's kind of motivation to be like, all right, you were on the first Zoom call, now we're on the second. Now it's everyone share your results. Because when people were sharing their results from the past one, like when people were down 18 pounds, everyone was going nuts. Like, yeah, it's exciting. So it's another way to connect. So this is definitely the start and the end. We're going to be doing Zoom calls with our challenges for sure.
Awesome.
I think it definitely helps with the accountability too, right? Because now you're really putting a face behind whoever you're talking to online. So I was just saying, like, for me personally, after hearing all those people's stories yesterday, like, I feel like I actually know them, and I feel more accountable to them that I need to like hold up my end of the deal in the challenge group. So I think it just kind of makes the virtual thing a little less virtual and more like personable.
Yeah, such a good idea. Were you gonna say something, Dad?
No, I said that makes total sense. When you can
Why haven't we thought of that? Get these college kids going.
Yeah, I was going to say Lindsay fit in quite well at the event, in that now she's coming up with these, and Chris are coming up with these ideas and you can, it's amazing. You can see the energy of the people that are on this call, that you can tell they just got back from something exciting.
Yeah.
And now they're like,
and the people follow them.
Your typical Zoom call, you don't see that excitement because that's just what the events do.
Yeah. And
now you get
people that are following to see it.
Not just excitement. Yeah. That's a great idea, Lindsay. It's a great concept to Zoom call, because it's less virtual. Now it's like, wow, I know that person. It's like when you go to an event and you're talking to people. I'm talking to all these people on Facebook, and then you go to an event and it's like, wow, I've never met you, but I think I feel like I did.
I feel like I did.
Well, sometimes you're not sure if you did meet somebody or you haven't. I get confused.
Right. It makes it more fun. Like, I'm doing a challenge group now, a couple of my buddies from high school, and it definitely makes me like more excited and more into it, and I'm reaching out to them more often. So if you don't know them, but you do a Zoom call before, I think it would be huge to make them feel like it's real for them and for you, so that you reach out to them more often.
And then that Mike Baker just friended Beth and I today.
Yeah. So I.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I.
It's fun.
The other thing I'd say with these Zoom calls too, it's like all of us are coaches. We're all on a Zoom call. You have your challengers like downloading Zoom, our challengers right now. I feel like are already doing all the stuff that we do as coaches. Like, connect on a Zoom call, right? Post like in our account. We'll have accountability posts, like post on social media something about your challenge. Like having them already do things that we're doing, and then all of a sudden they finish and they're like you are doing what we do as coaches, which is kind of cool too.
Yeah. It makes it not like as big of a leap from customer to coach. So what did you guys on that Zoom call, like what questions did you ask? Like how'd you kick it off? Like what'd you say? What'd you ask? You just said like.
We did, we wanted to know where everyone was coming from, like what round this is for them, what shake they're drinking. The main thing was their goals. And it just got very real very quick, and with just real issues and real problems. And, you could just see the connections between people and things that I've personally been in my challenge for, 6 months, and I've kind of just always saw their face and all of a sudden got to know their background and know more about them. And now I notice myself commenting on their stuff because I know their background and know maybe how hard it is for them to do this, and know who needs that extra encouragement and things like that. So just their goals. We had like 30 people on there, so we didn't have enough time to like go to their why and things like that. But I was just kind of thinking like I would like to do probably like another one, a mid one, because that's where people fall off, trying to get people back on. The more you can keep people engaged, and the people that are on the calls are people that want to be there the most or don't want to fall off too. It was definitely awesome.
Love it. It's a great idea. You're going to get better Yelp ratings. Like Lindsay Matway on her national call talked about, she said, if your challenge groups got rated like Yelp, like what kind of ratings would you get and what kind of ratings do you want? So that made me like think about more ideas. And I think that's a huge one right there. Cool. All right. We're a little bit over. So let's get a little boom on 3 here. I'm going to unmute you guys. So be ready.
My favorite sound.
All right. Boom on 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. All right. Good call, guys. Awesome. Later, guys.